over. YouTube is a two-way street. It gives you information as well as allowing you to pass on your own information. I picked this idea up off YouTube, which is simply to grow a potato in a bag. And as it grows up, you keep adding dirt to it. And this year, it is doing quite well. This is my coach, Mr. Bill. Springtime means that you've tilled up your soil, planted your crops, you cover them on the cold nights to protect them, do all that you can so that you'll have a good crop this year. And a good crop, that equals big money that you've saved for your family. With that in mind though, there's other things that you can do with your garden. Now this year I had my sewer line that had been causing me trouble for 10 years. I had it bust, so they had to dig out my sewer pipes and replace them. That was a $1,600 cost, a lot of money. So I don't have hardly any money to do this with this year. And what is it? Well, I quite often bury a little bit of money in my garden. It's very soft soil, very easy to throw some money in there. But to give you an example, and I'll throw a little bit in there this year, I have $50 in quarters, $50. It's in a double seal bag, quality bags. I don't buy the junk ones. And I'll open up a second one, put them in there like that, and I'll seal them up, and it's ready to go, ready to be buried. Again, you take your $50 or whatever amount you so desire, and you open it up like so. You don't need it deep. Coins will protect themselves and be good for a long time, decades after decades. They'll be there and ready for you whenever you need it. And you just simply cover it up like that. Now, a good way to mark it, just take something like that and set over it like that. You know where it is anyway, or a general idea. That tells you exactly where it is. Or you can mark it in, maybe put a night light over it, one of these solar night lights type things. There's all sorts of ways, or you can measurements, whatever you so desire. The idea is that it is going to be safe. It's going to be safe from someone stealing something in your home, or a fire, or even a terrible tornado come through. That's going to be a lot safer. Whether you're putting money in the ground. Other things that I hear people put underground, of course firearms in southwest Nebraska is a big concern that they might be taken someday. So I do know many people that have put firearms underground in the name of safety and for a day after event. And they also put ammunition, all kinds of ammunition underground, you bet. And by the millions of rounds, I'm told, are there for a day after event. I personally put seed underground, not to grow, but in containers and double sealed and bagged for the very thing that I've got these seeds built up over the years, and I've twisted the genetics and the DNA on them a little bit, and I've got some quality seed here, and I sure wouldn't want to lose it, and so I always keep a good reserve underground. You bet, and put it below the freeze line and they are good to go. And again, no storm can come, no fire, no theft can come in and take what you build up over your lifetime. Perhaps you just have some good old contracts or important documents that you want to protect. I don't know any place better than to put them underground. Again, a storm isn't going to get to them. You're not going to have a theft and a fire underground, and it does it for free. It does it for free. And the springtime is a great time. It's already tilled up, and as I've said, a garden means that you're out there just putting around in your garden. Nobody takes a second notice if you're out there digging around a little bit. So that's one option. Of course, I also put some down by a bridge a little bit when I have some extra. I don't this year. But if I do, I'll quite often put some, 100 or whatever, under a bridge, usually in coin, for protection, just off-site protection. And another place to put your stuff, I don't do it, but I know a number of people that do, not on their property. They go trespassing illegally on posted no trespassing land, because they said that's a great place to bury your stuff, because nobody, if they come to do something like that, they're breaking the law, they're trespassing, you know, that type of thing. And so that's a great place to do it. I know a number of people south of McCook do things like that. I advise against it, but they say it's a great place to do it, and no one takes that second look, and the landowner never sees what's going on either. So you never know what's underground and where it is. But be that as it may, I hope you consider not just putting plants in the ground, but perhaps your valuables. Rate this film.